How you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tina and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I will be featuring a plethora of Valentine's Day inspired fragrances. And I'm talking about Middle Eastern, niche, and designer. So I have quite a selection here that I'm going to share with you guys today. These are what you call quintessential Valentine's Day, cherry, chocolate kind of fragrances. And if that's the kind of content that you do like, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're seeing me for the first time, you just clicked on my thumbnail, you don't know who I am. My name is Tina. I'm a lover of fragrance, beauty, and lifestyle. If that's the kind of content that you do like, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you guys so much for your continued support. If you're interested in seeing my picks for Valentine's Day, then please keep on watching. In no particular order, I'm just going to pick out any fragrance and we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about this fragrance from Maison Alhambra. This is called Lovely Cherie. Now, the bottle has been reformulated. It doesn't come in this bottle anymore because, you know, they got a flack from the brand owner Tom Ford that they should detest from making the fragrances to look like this bottle because this looks quite identical to the OG. So this is duping Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Let me tell you, this is a very close dupe. It is cherry, it's that almond, that scent DNA with vanilla, very sweet, very yummy. Super perfect for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is all about strawberries, cherries, chocolate. This is something that exudes that because it is decadent and delectable. Now this fragrance for me gives me a great sillage, talking about moderate to even beast mode. And not only that, it does give me quite the longevity. I would say 7 to 8 hours. In comparison to the OG, that is a lot because the OG for me lasts 4 to 5 hours for a $500 fragrance this size. If you really don't want to spend that money for that expensive product that does not even worth it, then get this one. You will not be sorry. I will link the new bottle because this is not being sold in this bottle anymore, but I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. Oh god, this fragrance is already in the room. It's already booming. I'm gonna make this my fragrance of the day because this is just so beautiful. Don't forget to leave your fragrance of the day, guys. I really want to know what you're rocking, and also let me know which one of these fragrances you have down below. Next fragrance I will be talking about is Carmina from Creed. Now this is another cherry rose, slightly musky, I would say a little bit of powderiness kind of fragrance. This is a very great year-round fragrance that I absolutely enjoy. It features that black cherry note with saffron, which lends to the spiciness, and you do get a couple of florals like that rose and a peony. I love this fragrance. It kind of slightly has a Middle Eastern flair to it because of the frankincense in there. But let me tell you, it's not gonna make you feel like a Saudi Arabian princess, but it will make you stand out in the crowd. It is just a beautiful rose scent. If you're not into rose, don't get this because this is heavily on the rose slash the black cherry, but more on the rose. I love this fragrance. It's super long wearing. It's very strong. It commands presence. It's very demure. It's a classy girl that wants to smell like a bouquet of roses for Valentine's Day with some sweetness with that cherry. I absolutely love this fragrance and I totally recommend it if you're into that scent profile. Now, if you're looking for a white floral that has presence, that has a herbally quality and some aromatic vibes and slightly spicy, this is L'Interdit by Givenchy. This is the Perfume Intense version. I don't own the OG, neither do I own the Rouge. I want to try the Rouge. I heard the Rouge is really good. This one is the one I've only tried and I absolutely am obsessed with this fragrance. If you're not into tuberose, this is not the fragrance for you. For my tuberose lovers, this is your fragrance in a bottle. Now this fragrance is vanilla. It has some spicy notes. It is just a sexy bomb ass fragrance for the designer spectrum. I don't know who is the nose on this, but they really hit the mark with this. This fragrance has sesame in there. It has some vetiver, patchouli. The patchouli in here is not crazy. It's not barnyard. It is more of a sweet patchouli. I don't know if that exists, but there is something about this patchouli that it's not off-putting. Because I know some people hate patchouli because it can kind of be gritty and dirty. It can kind of be a little green. But this one is green done well. It is a fantastic Valentine's Day fragrance because it kind of gives you that je ne sais quoi, you know, that kitten on heels kind of feel. It will fill the room. It will give you a fabulous scent trail. People will ask you what you're wearing because people can smell you. It's quite beast mode in nature. So I love this. This is a never fail fragrance for me. I mean, it's been out for quite a bit, and if you go on Fragrantica and listen to the reviews, you would know why people like it. It's a fabulous fragrance, and I totally recommend it for Valentine's Day. When I say niche, we're gonna go expensive niche. If you're in love with Tom Ford's Lost Cherry and you're looking for something more elevated, more long lasting, more smooth, then I got you covered. This is Gritti's Duchessa. When you hear the name, it already gives you that royalty vibe, right? And this is another cherry fragrance that is done absolutely well. The notes in here kind of just blend so beautifully. It's a cherry with vanilla, with almond as well. So it kind of gives you that Lost Cherry vibes with a twist. It's not exactly a dupe. You can definitely own this one, which is the dupe, and you can own this one. They do not smell alike in the slightest sense. What happens is that in the opening, it starts off that way, and then when it gets to the mid, it totally goes in a different direction. This is basically a black cherry with saffron on a bed of brown sugar and almond. There is some citruses in here. You do get a bit of that bitter orange, which I feel makes the fragrance slightly different. You get cloves, and I think there's a nutmeg in here. So that's why I'm saying that it's totally different. There isn't a vanilla in here, but because of that brown sugar, it comes off that way. I absolutely love this fragrance. It is $3.95. I will be clear with you, it's $395. If I can find this on discounters, I would definitely link it down below because I want you guys to save some coin. I did not pay $3.95. You guys know I'm a discount queen. If I can find a discount, I'll find it somewhere under the earth. I think I paid about $170 for this. I feel like that's a great deal. This fragrance is amazing, and I totally recommend it if you can get it for the right price. Shifting gears to some designer fragrance. This is Myrrh and Tonka by Jo Malone. Now this is another ambery vanilla fragrance that's slightly aromatic. It does have, I believe, some lavender. I think it also has some myrrh. Of course it has myrrh. It's in the name. Duh, Tinu. Duh, get it together. And it has a little bit of vanilla and almond. Now we know it has Tonka because it's in the name. So those are the notes that comprise this fragrance. Although I think a man can pull this off, it leans in the feminine side because of those vanilla and Tonka in there. Oh my God, this one is sexy. When I say sexy, sexy, dark, and mysterious. So if you're that kind of gal that likes that kind of scent profile, you would lean towards this for Valentine's Day. It is something that doesn't have any type of cherry or chocolate, but it does have almonds. So you do get that almond vibe when you smell this in the dry down. I absolutely love it, and I totally recommend it if that's your speed and you like, you know, the sound of what I'm talking about. I wanted to give you guys another Tonka fragrance that I feel is so appropriate for Valentine's Day. It is by Mountain Nuit Paris. Sorry, actually it's from Grandeur Elite. This is called Mountain Nuit Paris. Now this is a dupe to Arabian's Tonka by Montel. And when I tell you this is a one-to-one dupe, I kid you not, this is a one-to-one dupe. You do get some rose, you do get some oud, you do get some Tonka, you do get all other notes. Mainly what I get is what I mentioned. The Tonka, the vanilla, and the rose. This is just a fragrance that makes you roll your eyes to the back of your head. It is sexy. It is unisex. I feel like, to me, this is more feminine leaning because there's something sweet about it that I feel that it leans more feminine, but I feel like a man can pull it off as well. It smells differently from people to people. Like, my husband wears this and it smells totally different on him. When I wear it, the sweetness of this fragrance tends to bloom. It is super long wearing, very beast mode. I'm telling you, you only need 5 sprays of this. 5 sprays. Please don't go heavy on this because it will probably cause somebody to have an asthma attack, but it is sexy. This fragrance exudes that. Sexy in all its glory. It's just that fragrance that when you walk in the room, everyone's gonna turn heads and like trying to sniff who is that goddess that walked into that room. And yeah, I get compliments everywhere I go when I wear this fragrance. Now we're gonna talk about another vanilla here. This is a OG but a goodie. This has been around for God knows when. This is Hypnotic Poison by Dior. Now this is another licorice, almond, vanilla. This fragrance is so intoxicating. Like, it's just one of those, if you have this in your collection, please pull this out for Valentine's Day. It's just that quintessential Valentine's Day fragrance. It is just sexy, spicy, vanilla, sweet. Sometimes I feel like I get cherries from this. There's no cherry note exactly, but I do get some cherry vibe. I feel like it might be the licorice that's pulling off that. I'm telling you, this is another fragrance that is super long wearing. It is the EDP, so it is really strong, and mine has macerated for a while. This is like a 5-year, 6-year bottle. Super strong, super strong. I'm telling you, it's like in the room now. It's kind of trying to overtake what I just put on, but let me tell you, I love this fragrance and I stand by it. It's old, but it's still present. It's still brand new in my eyes. I feel like no one talks about this anymore, but I'm going to talk about it. So if you got it, please grab it out and spray this and let me know your thoughts about it. It's absolutely fabulous. Oh my god, I forgot to mention this fragrance. This is from Xerjoff. This is called Via Cavour 1. This is a new addition to my collection, but I've been wearing it and I absolutely love this fragrance. This is another sweet, fruity, woody kind of fragrance. I think this has chocolate in here, vanilla. So there is something berry about this. I'm not sure if it's a strawberry, but it's definitely not a cherry. It's so beautiful. It has rose. I can get the rose in here. And you know what it has that it's very sweet? It has that caramel in there. It is quince. It is, I think the fruits that I get, oh yeah, the fruits that I get in here, I forgot. It's quince and peach. I know I can smell the quince because the quince kind of pulls off guava smell for me, and then the peach I'm very familiar with. It is just a beautiful standout fragrance. It's uber sexy. It has patchouli, but the patchouli is back in the background. It's not overtaking the fragrance, so you can smell every other note that's in here. It is a very complex fragrance that I feel like it's not overly complex, but it's still unique at the same time. I love this fragrance. This is just a beautiful, stunning fragrance from the Shooting Stars collection. I love this one so much, and I feel like if you're looking for something fruity that's a little woody, that has a little bit of patchouli, this will be perfect for Valentine's Day. What says a Valentine's Day perfume than a Valentino perfume? This is Donna, born in Roma. Now, this fragrance, I am telling you, is one of my faves. When it came to designer fragrances, this is one of the ones that I actually loved. You can see that there's a dent. The dent does not lie. I have too many fragrances, so I wish I could have more dents, but you know, when you have a big collection, a dent like this is really good. This scent profile may be generic, but it does wonders for Valentine's Day. Now, I'm gonna pick one out of these that I'm gonna wear for dinner because I am going to dinner for Valentine's Day, so I have to figure out what I'm gonna wear. Maybe I'm gonna do a combo and mix some of the ones that I'm talking about to try to get something different. Now, this one is a very, like I said, woody vanilla, slightly aromatic, very sweet, very fruity, and I feel like there is some greenness to it as well. When I tell you this fragrance is absolutely stunning, it's so stunning. It has lots of jasmine. If you're not a jasmine lover, please stay away from this fragrance. It has fruits like black currant, some pepper, and some bergamot. One thing I liked about this fragrance is that it had a tea note. I'm into that tea vibe. It smells like a legit tea in the undertone. It's not super long lasting, but you will get about 7 hours on skin. But it is not like a super protecting fragrance. I'm gonna be clear on that. But this is for people that want to still smell sexy without being overwhelming. So this is for the girl that is the clean cut girl with the white t-shirt and jeans that doesn't like too much going on, but likes a beautiful fragrance like this, but does not want Duchessa, right? So I love this one. I totally recommend it. It's an OG. Everybody talks about it. I'm actually going to get the new release because I'm kind of intrigued and I want to see something else other than this. So yeah, I'm probably going to get that in my collection. Now, one fragrance I am going to mention, the testing vial I got from Scentbird actually exploded. And I am so annoyed. It exploded right as I was going to bring it to do my video, and it like broke. Those little 10 ml things are so fragile. If you have a Scentbird subscription, please comment down below. Literally fell down and broke right instantly. Like the glass is so thin and everything. Notwithstanding, I will talk about the fragrance because I do love the fragrance and I ordered a full-size bottle because of Scentbird. You got me, Scentbird. You really got me. Now, the person who really put me on this fragrance is Jack's Beautiful You. Now, this is no other than Scents of Wood Plum and Cognac. I absolutely purchased that fragrance. It's on its way and I absolutely love when I say love love that fragrance. The fragrance got me so many compliments. Even with that sample, the sample still had a lot in there because I didn't need to spray too much. It's a very beast mode fragrance. The plum in there is decadent. It's ripe without being rotten. It's just a juicy plum with cognac and other supporting notes. I think it might have a vanilla. I am not sure, but when I tell you that fragrance got me compliments, everybody was like, we can smell you down the hall. You leave and we know you're there. It is that good. It's a really good fragrance. I feel like it's fantastic for Valentine's Day. Even if you don't get it for Valentine's Day, you can get it later, but add that on your list. It is a sexy fragrance. Or I would say try it out on Lucky Scent, get a sample. I'm telling you, you will not be sorry. It's a really fantastic fragrance. I am in love with Plum, so it's up to my speed that I had to have that fragrance, and I knew I was gonna love it, but when I had the opportunity to sample it on Scentbird, it was a love at first sniff. Love at first sniff. Now let's talk about some strawberries, something fresh, something classy. So this is from Plume Impressions. This is Pop Heart. Now this is your pineapple, your strawberry, your raspberry, basically a bunch of fruits. There is nothing woody about this. It has caramel, it has vanilla, and some musk. Oh my god. Now this fragrance slightly reminds me of La Capitale from Xerjoff, but it veers off in a different direction. I feel like La Capitale has oud in it and this does not have oud. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is like a spring, like also fall, winter kind of fragrance. This is beast mode. Let's just get that out of the way. It's super beast mode. It is long wearing. It fills the room. It's uber projecting. The musk in here, if you're not a fan of musk, it's a little bit too much. It kind of slightly reminds me of the Tiziana Terenzi musk, but I think this is a little more palatable. This is just a very fresh, fruity, ozonic vanilla fragrance. It has vanilla too, so it's a very beautiful fragrance. It's slightly green in a way, but I love it. I absolutely love this, and I feel like if you're into that kind of scent profile, you would absolutely love this as well. Now, I feel like I've been talking about too many designer and too many niche that I forgot about Shaghaf Oud Elixir. I was deciding between the Shaghaf Oud OG and the Elixir, but I realized they reformulated the OG and I have the old version, so it would kind of be unfair for me to talk about that when people don't even have the potency of what I have. So I decided to pull out Oud Elixir because it's a little bit similar, but I love this because it's more wearable. For my people that hate oud, if you wanted the Shaghaf Oud, I would say go with Elixir. It's a little bit more wearable. It's toned down, but still beast mode. I'm telling you, it doesn't shy on the longevity at all. If you're into Middle Eastern and you love a core Middle Eastern fragrance, and you're not just looking for dupes, try this fragrance. You will not be sorry. It's sexy. It's absolutely stunning. It's rose oud at its finest. Tons of oud in every olfactory journey. And you do get that sweet praline in there. And you do get all this on a bed of amber. It's just intoxicatingly good. This gives me boozy vibes as well, but there's not a booze note to this, but the oud in here is well done. If you couldn't stand the oud in the OG, the oud in here is more palatable. So I like it. I really like it. This is a fragrance that's nuclear. It's gonna last for more than 12 hours. It's like an Energizer bunny. It goes on and on and on and on till you take a shower. So I won't really give you a timeline on this because it lasts forever. But I will recommend it if you're into ouds and you like something more smooth. Me and my sister were talking about chocolate fragrances, and she reminded me I had this fragrance because she has a sample of it and she absolutely loves it. This is from Pantheon Roma. This is called Duchess Passion. This fragrance is a chocolate. When I say chocolate on steroids, if you're looking for a chocolate fragrance and you haven't found one that is realistic, that actually is also perfumey at the same time, this one will give you that and more. This is a combo of chocolate with truffle and vanilla and some honey and strawberry. You do get some saffron, you do get plum, you get some tonka bean in there. It's absolutely divine. Very beautiful fragrance. The musk in here is not loud. It is in the back end of this fragrance. Oh God, you do get that chocolate. You do get that truffle. Everything about this fragrance is so unique. It's a very well done chocolate fragrance that I feel that is super good. So you're getting somewhat of a chocolate covered strawberry with honey and truffle on a bed of vanilla. That's what this fragrance is giving me. It's so unique, very long lasting. Dare I not say, super long lasting. You might not get that vibe when you spray it, but everyone else will get it. People will like surround you and say, who's smelling really good? This is an absolutely stunning fragrance. I love it and I can't recommend it enough. So this is another cherry fragrance. It's sour cherry though, with some almond. You do get a little bit of leather, something unique to it, and some rose with licorice. Now, ooh, this is another fragrance that I feel is very, very similar to Lost Cherry, but with a twist. It's not the same at all. This is a little more dark because of that leather. The leather gives it a grounding presence. It makes it a more, you know, dark and mysterious cherry that's slightly sour at the same time. I think patchouli is in here, and you do get some musk. Now with this one, there is no vanilla. So that's why I say it's different. No vanilla in this fragrance. It's more unisex. Even though this is meant for a woman, to me, I feel like a man can pull this off. Very, very unisex qualities to this fragrance. But this fragrance is beast. A beast. It is a beast. It's super strong. It's long wearing. It's a different cherry that I feel kind of smells like Myrrh and Tonka from Jo Malone with added notes of cherry. That's what it feels like to me. But it's really, really good. I love it. And I think it's super fabulous for Valentine's Day if you're looking for something like that. Now, the next fragrance is from Armaf. This is Club de Nuit Intense. This is a very heavy patchouli, slightly vanilla, very spicy kind of fragrance. It has oud, lots of oud in here. It has some rose, some saffron. You do get pink pepper. It's just a very, very different fragrance. It has some notes of clove and nutmeg. You do get some powderiness, so there is like a violet in here, I believe. Very sexy. This one is another fragrance that is super sexy. It exudes sex, and for the price point, the scent that you're getting here is super niche-like. Like, if you're looking for a cheapie that smells like niche fragrance, get this. You will not be sorry. It's super long-lasting. It is uber projecting. When I say beast mode, beast mode. This one is the one that you only need 5 to 6 sprays and keep it pushing. I feel like there is something very dark and mysterious about this. It's just absolutely incredible. Really great for a night out, date night, you know, or going clubbing, hence the name. It's just fragrance that I feel like has been hyped for a reason, and the reason is that it just exudes sexiness, confidence. It exudes a very classy woman that knows how to dress up at night. That's what this fragrance gives me. Now, all these fragrances may not be your cup of tea, or may be your cup of tea, but this one, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, it's super strong. This is from Fragrance World, I believe. This is Maison Eau de Parfum Barakat Satin Oud. This is supposed to dupe Maison Francis Kirk de John's Oud Satin Mood, I believe. This fragrance is a play on rose and oud again. Literally like that. It is just very sexy. It has lots of florals. It has some violets, some rose. It has a note of strawberry. It is very powdery yet sweet. It has that oud. It has a vanilla. It has some amber. All the good works. Very beautiful replica of the OG. My friend got me to test the OG and it was close. One day I actually wore it and I came to see her and she was asking me if I wore Oud Satin Mood, and I was like, no. I'm being very honest. I don't like to lie. I told her, I said, I'm wearing this. And I always carry my fragrances with me. And she was like, what in the sorcery is this? Do you know this girl went and got the fragrance the next day and she says she's going to save her $500 fragrance and use this up because she says she was too scared to use that fragrance because it costs too much money and she didn't want to waste it. So when she got this, she said, Tinu, this fragrance has the same longevity, even better than the OG. And it's literally 30 bucks. I know, I kid you not. It's such a good rose combo with oud. It is just really good. This is not for the faint of hearts. I'm telling you, if you are not into that, please don't get this fragrance. Don't say I told you to. I'm just recommending it, but I am letting you know the way I'm expressing how it is. It's super strong. It is not for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea. If you're that person that is a daredevil, you don't care, you like all the oud and that you can get this fragrance, you're gonna absolutely love it. It's very beautiful. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know you love my content. And if you're new to my channel and you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? The subscribe button is down below. It's waiting for you to click that button. Join the fam and let's talk about fragrance. And if you have any of these fragrances that I've talked about in this video, please let me know down below. Let me know if you like it, if you don't. Also, if you do intend to purchase any of these fragrances, let me know which one you're intending to get. And also, don't forget to drop your fragrance of the day, because you guys know I love to know what you're rocking. And if you sticked around to the end of this video, please leave me a red heart emoji to represent Valentine's Day. This lets me know that you're a ride or die fan of Tinu. Thank you guys again so much for your love and support. I love you guys and I will see you yet in another video. Bye.